Hey guys, I'm back with another episode of Attack on Titan. Before we jump into this one, please feel free to check out this channel's Patreon. There you can get full, uncut, and early reactions to episodes and shows such as this. It really helps me out a lot and helps me to keep making videos with you guys, and I really do appreciate the support. Here we are, probably one of the most significant episodes of the show, in my personal opinion. Man, I can't believe we're already here on the rewatch. This episode, oh my god, this is an unforgettable one. Still remember the first time watching it. Sort of been waiting for this one. I'm a little nervous, honestly, watching it again. I don't know why, but I mean, that's honestly a good thing. Can't wait to jump into this one. Hope you guys are as excited as I am. And yeah, let's just jump into this episode of Warrior. Warrior. It means so much more. After this episode, the show just has a whole new meaning. It's so quiet and ominous. It's like they're preparing you for something you're not prepared for. And they already know right now. I mean, Eren probably still has his doubts, obviously, that we get to see, but... Oh, man. I feel like that's just a little detail, too, of so much. Oh my god. Eren grabbing his arm. Wow, when you really think about that, because the parallels between those two characters... Yeah, but they never get it out of her, because everything from here is just fast-paced. Wow, yeah, everything from here, this whole season, I mean this whole show, but everything's like just happening and happening. There's no timeline of like, there's no gap in timeline. Everything is just happening. Like they have no time to question Ymir. And then not only that do we have the warrior stuff, but we have this with Historia. I mean, her whole character has so much meaning too. The Reese family and her blood. Everything just has so much meaning. It's overwhelming, almost. How do you fit so much in one show? I know how, with fucking brilliant writing. Ooh, a reflection in the water. It's a little bit of art in there. Reiner being stuck on the edge of soldier warrior. I mean, he's a soldier right now, probably. I mean, he gives up the information. So conflicted. Yeah, I feel like right now he has like no just being a soldier. Yeah, he has like no concept of the whole warrior side. And look how nervous and mixed Berthold. Oh, their faces, everything, everyone's faces. Reiner's like the only one not in the know. Oh, and they're even sweating. Oh, and adding the reflections. Berthold's trying to bring him back. Sorry if I'm talking so much, I'm just so nervous and excited. To think their main enemies have been in front of them this entire time. I feel bad for them because they have no concept of the rest of this world, how huge it is. It's almost like sad. Meanwhile, we have Reiner and Berthold just sitting there. The answer to everything. Every character builds off of each other. That's why every character is so good, because every character around them helps their character grow. Just feeding off of each other and being their best selves. Just like real life. That's why the writing is so good. It's just like real life. The concept of we're built off everyone around us, and that's what makes us. I'm rambling right now. And we're still dealing with the mysteries The fact that we know it's Zeke.
ちょっといいか話があるなんだ俺たちは5年前対して人類への攻撃を始めた
Oh my god. It's so small, it's so subtle. It's so casual. He's just saying it right in the open.
ユミルを安全に運ぶことを考えよう。
馬を出そうにも巨人がいますからね
God.
何言ってんだお前何を言っているんだライナー俺たちの目的はこの人類すべてに消えても
The
らう
fact that he thought this was the right time, like he really is conflicted.
そうする必要はなくなった
Like he really thought it was gonna be this simple?
お前が俺たちと一緒に来てくれるなら俺たちはもう壁を壊したりしなくていいんだ
He didn't even give Berthold any warning.
いや待て全然わかんねえぞ
Like Reiner kind of has been a wild
俺た
card.
ちと一緒に来てくれって言ってんだよ
Oh my god. All of their cover is blown.
どこに行くんだよそりゃいえ
All of that work. Look at Berthold.
まあ俺たちの故郷ってやつだな
Yeah, hometown.
どうなんだよエレン
Fuck, man.
悪い話じゃないだろうひとまず危機が去るんだからな
Everything changes from here.
どうだろうな
And this just conflicts Eren's feelings here. Look at Mikasa's face. Like the first time we don't even know that they know these things, and they do.
国頭が限界なんだが
He's always pushed to his mental limit. There's no wonder Eren is the way he is. Look at everything he has to deal with. Like all he wants to do is trust Reiner and believe in him.
ハニさん
Like an ally, and he just gets thrown under. Like who can he trust? He can only trust himself. That's why Eren is the way he is. Everyone around him did this to him. I mean, his personal, character has always been there, who he truly is in the end. But all of these things just reflecting onto it. But then again, this was the right moment for them. Reiner almost did himself a favor because they all know now that there's something. Yeah, it really did kind of work to Reiner's favor. It's actually a good thing Reiner did this. Because they know all of this information now, and they would have been being looked at now. But it's almost like, oh wow, I didn't really think about that. It was almost like the perfect time for Reiner to come out and say these things. Otherwise, they would have been like under the radar this whole time, not knowing that they're being questioned. So somehow, it worked out in Reiner's favor. Because their cover's already blown. Look at this. Like, we already know their cover's blown now. And they don't even know that. Reiner and Berthold don't even know that, I mean. But I do love the deducing in all of this, like, figuring out the mystery. I love that. I love mysteries in general, so. Like him just deducing all of this. I mean, even Armin is such like a lifesaver on this in this world for all of them. They're like acting like how I did on the rewatch of like going back like, wait, Armin's face right there is my face rewatching this. This is a heavy impact on Eren for the greater story. I want like another reality where Reiner doesn't confess to Eren right there, and I want to see how that would have played out.
お前さ、疲れてんだよ。なあ、ベルトルト。こうなってもおかしくないくらい大変だったんだろう。そんなこと言われて、俺がはい行きますってうなずくわけがねえだろ。
Oh. Reiner's realized how much he fucked up. But ironically, it helped him. But in the end, it doesn't. Oh my god. Their faces. I love those reflections. tears coming out.
バカな奴らに囲まれて3年も暮らしたせいだ。俺たちはガキで何一つ知らなかったんだよ。こんな奴らがいるなんて知らずにいれば俺はこんな半端なクソ野郎にならずに済んだのに。
I almost feel bad for Reiner. I mean, I do. Everyone's...
何が正しいことなのかわからん。
Oh my god.
ただ俺のすべきことは
What he had to go
自
through.
分のした行いや選択に対し最後まで責
Oh
任を
my
果たす。
god, that's...
ライダーやるんだな今ここで。勝負は今ここで決める。
Fuck, Mikasa. She probably could have killed one of them there. Oh my god. This fucking show. Everything's changed now. How good this looks. Poor Eren.
帰れなくなった故郷に帰る。俺の中にあるのはこれだけだ。
Just hit us with the emotions. Fuck. God, seeing it again is just as fucking amazing and as emotional as the first time. Oh my god. From here on out, it just feels like everything changes. This episode is just so significant. Like, this is one of those episodes of this show, like one of the best. I mean, the first time watching it was incredible. This time, I'm almost like numb. Like, my body is like tingling right now. Just from knowing like the greater story behind it all, and just having all of the information that we do have. And the thing is, the show's not even over. So I'm almost jumping ahead of myself because there's still like a whole nother part of the show. But as far as to what we know right now and revealing it all and knowing all of the truth and the warrior, the soldier, Reiner, Berthold, everything, it's just, this episode is so much. It is so impactful after that one. Just because, I don't know, I was just so nervous leading up to it because I was just so excited to watch this one again. Because I remember the first time I've seen this episode, my whole life changed, honestly. There's episodes on the show where your perspective and just everything changes, and this was one of them. It's just this episode in general, just the whole atmosphere behind it and the whole, just like the ominousness to it. Everything just being so slow and drawn out and dramatic. I don't know, it's hard to put it into words. It's just such a slow build. You're not expecting these things to happen. And even on the rewatch, it still hits just as dramatic. And it's just one little step closer to the mystery. And yet, to this point, there really is so much more to happen to where you really don't even know how much more in-depth and insane the story gets. I feel like this was almost like just the first chapter unlocked of... I mean, I feel like Annie might have been like the first, but this one is just another unlock of what the hell is happening. This is so significant. It just blows your mind and changes so much. Like, I already know what happens after all of this. Like, I already know the mystery has been unlocked for me. And I still get that sensation of this episode, which just really just goes down to how incredible this show is. If a show can make you feel like this, like, you know you're watching something special. Just all the little details, the facial expressions, the little moments here and there, like the animation behind this episode was perfect. Like you can tell they knew this was a big one for them to get right. It's such like a slow burn episode, and just I'll never get over, and that's why I love it so much, because I'll just never get over how subtle the reveal is. Like when Reiner is talking to Eren and confessing to him, that was so just unexpected and so just small and subtle, to where it was just genius in a sense, because that's not something you see in most over drawn out, stories and things and shows and movies. It has to be this climactic build up, and he releases all of this, which we have that after the fact in this, but the huge reveal of him telling Eren these things, and as a viewer, it was just so under the radar and so special, because it basically was just not something you normally see. It was almost like artfully done in a way. Like it made its own genre, it made its own thing happen. It wasn't the obvious. And that's what I respect so much. And even like looking back to rewatching this, it's not just a Reiner and Bertholdt reveal episode, and a huge Reiner episode at that. I mean, his conflicting feelings of the warrior and soldier whole ideal. It's a good Eren episode too, especially at the end right there. I mean, of course, when you think about it, Eren is like the main character and main protagonist of the show, and everything's kind of seen through him to an extent, given to where we are now, with him being kind of the main focus of the show, with him being who he is now. Like there at the end, you have to remember, at the end of the day, this is almost like Eren's story. So yes, all of these crazy things are happening, but at the end there, with Eren tearing up and being emotional about this whole ideal, it goes right back to Eren and showing him, which was just genius, because we're so blown away by the Reiner Bertholdt thing, you forget that what this does to Eren's character, and him saying those words at the end, him there releasing his feelings and emotions, and it carries out to the greater picture of this story, because just this alone really changes Eren as a person, and it's just one of those moments that impacts him as a whole, because now like him basically being betrayed and him losing trust in people, like he really did not he did not want to believe that Reiner was capable of these things, and this just changes his whole perspective in a way and builds to who he is now. We see him later on. I mean, in the end, this was just a huge character building episode for Eren too. Like going back and rewatching the show, we easily get to understand now why Eren's the way he is. Like there was no hiding it. Eren wasn't acting different than what, out of character or anything. Everything that we see is him growing in character and building off of all these things happening and becoming who he is. In the end, all I'm trying to say is all the layers are there. Everything is there to give us who Eren is, basically. All of the threads were there. Everything connects. It's just I can't express it enough, basically. I just want to keep saying it over and over again of how fucking incredible and just brilliant the writing is. It's just genius. And we really get to see that when we reflect on it all. And this episode was a great way of just starting the idea of everything that happens later on. But yeah, I had such a good time rewatching this one again. I really hope you guys enjoyed it with me. Oh my, this is just one of those episodes and that I'll never forget. Even this rewatch, I feel like I'm never going to forget again, because again, I'm just all the emotions I'm feeling, and I don't know, I really loved this experience again. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this one with me, rewatching Warrior again. I mean, I really do hope you guys enjoyed my reactions up until now with this rewatch. I'm having such a great time with it. I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with me again. It's a pretty significant one, and if you've been with me since the beginning, I feel like this really is like another milestone hit almost with us, and getting to rewatch it with you guys again. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than I hope you guys are enjoying this with me. I really am, and I can't wait to keep watching, because there's so much more to this adventure with you guys, and I'm so ready for it. And I don't know, I'm just really loving this experience with you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed again, and I'll catch you guys for the next episode of Attack on Titan. Have a good one, guys.